I thought about a fun question actually.
What's up?
It's a question that I don't think many people can answer. But if you were to assassinate one famous person,
What?
yeah, just if you're if you were assassinate one famous person,
Welcome to the Numbnuts podcast.
Answer the
I
question.
stuttered my words because I was so thrown off from that question.
answer the question.
Answer the question.
Yeah, welcome to the Numbnuts
I don't
podcast. Oh yeah, well no, answer the question, please.
Maybe the rat from episode 1.
Oh my god,
It's the least lethal.
you're gonna kill a national hero?
Probably. I don't know
Dude,
why not.
That guy's a fucking hero. That's a champion.
And then I'll go down as the person who killed the hero.
When do we have to check up on him? Do we have to do it on like
It's like
episode
45 or something.
episode 45? Yeah. Oh god. Basically a year, right?
Yeah, basically.
We did this in November or December. All right. Well, I hope that rat's doing okay. He's got a good minute to catch up and get healthy and find the correct amount of bombs.
Mm.
Welcome to the Numbnuts podcast, everyone. It's been quite an eventful week for us as recorders.
Has it?
I mean, for me, I say it has been, but really, I've just been playing video games all day and every day.
Well, that's good. I mean, you don't really get to do that very often.
Exactly. And I don't
I mean,
know.
same, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't know. By the time this comes out, it'll be Friday. It'll probably come out next week. In case you're listening to this and it hasn't come out yet, a Japan Crate video is coming very soon because it finally
Woo,
arrived.
Japan.
So, boom, boom. But I had a funny story I wanted to tell you, Mitch. So,
Sure, go for it.
as people know, me and you both work in the 7th layer of hell called retail.
Yes.
So,
Yes, we do.
I was working, and I had a peanut stuck in my mouth. Sorry.
What the fuck? You just spit on your floor?
I'm not gonna try and get it out.
That's disgusting.
No, I spit into a cup I had in front of me.
Oh, okay. I thought you just like spit on your floor.
It's for the dog to eat later.
I was like, that's so gross.
Yeah, I like walking through my room and you feel a little bit of a crunch in your foot. So, also for anyone that's annoyed by my cough, trust me, I am more. I finally have a doctor's
That's alright. I
appointment
keep
for it.
clearing my throat because of voice acting, so they're gonna hate both of us.
God, I should not have eaten peanuts. There's peanuts in my mouth everywhere. God.
ASMR.
Anyways, my
Peanuts.
girlfriend came to visit me at work, and I was hanging out with her, basically walking her through the store. She was grabbing stuff, and we were standing near the exit, and I was talking to her, and I looked behind me, and there's a dude just standing casually behind us, and I can tell that he needs help with something. So I kind of look at him, and we lock eyes, and he kind of like nods, like, "Hey, can I get your help over here with something?" And so I just gave him like one finger, like, "Hey, 1 second, man," and then I turned to Mari and I gave her a hug, and then like I kind of like kissed her on the head, but like through the mask. I was like, yeah, I mean, like against her head. And then I turned around and walked towards him. He's like, and he looked at me. He's like, "Oh, that's your honey." I was like, "Oh no, I don't know her actually. She's a stranger." And he's like, "Oh, is that just your customer satisfaction?" I was like, "Yes, sir, it is." I was like, "We take really good pride here with our customer service." And he's like, "Are you gonna kiss and hug me before I leave?" I said, "If you want, sir, I'll do that for you." He's like, "All right, well." And then
You didn't hear my laugh because it cut out on Discord. But
oh, it's okay. I'll hear it in the audio recording. And then we went to the area that he was trying to get to, and we finished all the questions he had. I was like, "All right, sir. Well, thank you." And then he puts his hands up. He's like, "Listen, man, you don't got to hug me or anything like that." I was like, "No, you're fine, sir. You have a great day." He's like, "All right, thanks, Justin." Walked out.
that's so funny.
So I thought that was pretty fun. That made my day a little bit.
That's really funny.
Before we get into a topic,
The guy probably knew you were fucking with them, but
oh no, he absolutely knew. He was not like, "Oh shit, this guy really cares about his customers."
he really cares about his customers, man.
You like that new TV, sir? Mwah.
He
There you
said
go. Good
F
boy.
that 6 feet apart rule.
Exactly. Like, "You like that new TV, sir?" Mwah. There you go. Go take it to checkout.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Before we get to the next topic, that's gonna take the next hour. Because trust me, I could go on for fucking ever. What you said you had something that you thought of right before we hit record.
Yeah, so it's about my cat, funny enough.
Oh my.
So, Spooky, in case you guys don't know, I have a cat, and his name is Spooky, and he's 10 years old, and he's lazy as shit.
Mhm.
He's very loud.
Mhm.
So my door from my office hasn't been closing properly, because of the cold. You know, like how like wood warps
Yep.
after a while. So my door won't normally close. But I recently found out a way to like fully close it, as I have to like basically like jank the door a bit, like yank on it a bit to like get it stuck, and then it'll close.
Hmm.
So when I've been recording and stuff lately, I've been doing that. And Spooky, who usually comes to my office a lot, has been getting annoyed at this, that he can't just come in anymore. So the other day, I was finishing up a recording. So I finished my recording and I hadn't opened the door yet to like let him in. And I just hear this really loud like bang. And then he comes in the room, and then Pat comes running in, and he was like, "What the hell was that sound?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, I thought it was like ice falling off our roof, because we've had a lot of icicles just hanging off our roof, and they've been falling a lot recently, so they've been making a lot of noise.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Was that spooky?" And I was like, "Was it?" So like we tested this theory like the following day,
Okay.
that I closed my door again, and like he kind of like watched him in a sense. So Spooky has this great idea now that if he can't get into a room, he will run at it full speed with his head and slam the door
Oh
open
my god, dude.
like a goat. Like,
Holy shit.
so we learned that he's been doing this. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Dude, that is fucking
You're gonna give yourself a
amazing.
concussion.
Here's the thing. I love the story because I want a cat so bad. When I move, oh, I want a cat so bad. I love cats. But my favorite thing is seeing cats do shit that cats do not normally do. Because, my grandpa had cats, but all they do is just fucking lay around. Like, they don't do anything special. They literally just walk around. They flip you off every now and then, and they just have their own life. But hearing about cats, like, yeah, my cat just full runs, like, speed.
Like full speed, like he backs up and then like charges the door and like bashes it open.
That's fucking hilarious. I love when cats have a really big personality like that. But that is hilarious. Oh
I mean,
my
Tasha's
God.
kind of weird too. Like Tasha's the only cat I've ever met in my entire life that will like, she's super skittish, but when you're like laying down and stuff, she'll come near you and like lay down and want pets. But
Yeah.
she's the only cat that will like roll onto her back and let you just rub her belly.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a
no
little
problem.
scary. That's a little scary to do to a cat because
Yeah, because she just she allows it. Like if you do it to Spooky, he'll rip you apart. I mean, he hates it.
Does he let you do it? But after like a few seconds, he's like, "All right, that's enough," and then
Yeah, basically.
yeah,
Like she'll just let you do it for like minutes on end.
yeah. That's how my grandma's cat was. You pet it and it's purring. It's like you like that, and all of a sudden, it just rips at your.
Yeah,
I
and
have
then
a
she'll just freak.
I have a scar on my thumb actually from that cat. That fucking scratched me.
And it'll live with me for my entire life.
Bastard. I'm tattooing over it. Fuck you.
That's how I win.
Yeah, no, I love cats like that. But that is, I was gonna say, I realize that you're renting where you are. You should absolutely install a cat door in your office door.
I would love to be honest. I really would.
I mean, you theoretically could if you took off the door, because with a rental, all you have to do is just put it back to the way it was before you move out. So
Yeah, of course.
you'd have to, of course, go buy a new door and then cut out a hole for the
they
cat.
were jokingly with us. They were like, like the last time we saw them, because they had during the winter they go to Arizona, like our owners.
Okay.
So during the winter they go to Arizona, and then they come back during the summer into or like beginning of spring to summer.
Mhm.
And when they came to visit, like the last time before they left, which was like in October, so we'd only been here for like what 4 or 5 months at that time.
Mhm.
And we get along with our landlords like really, really well. Like they really like us, and we really like them.
That's good.
And they were joking with us, like as they were leaving, they were like, like we don't want to have this house forever. So like if you ever want to buy it,
Oh
they
my
were like,
God.
let us know. And we were all like, don't joke with us because we'll do it.
You guys would really buy it?
I know Pat had definitely been like, maybe. Because it's a really nice house. Like it's an old house, but it's really nice. There's really not that many issues with it at all. Like we've only had like 2 issues, which was right in the beginning.
I can just imagine them turn around and be like, by the way, if you want this house, and because like I said, I've met you, so I can just imagine you in baggy ass PJ bottoms, colorful t-shirt on, just completely slunched over, staring at
That was literally what I was wearing.
glasses and an afro, just like, huh? Like chips on your shirt. It's like, you want that dude to buy your house?
Me? You sure?
Yeah, you sure about that? You know I'm gonna cut holes in the door for my cats to come through.
Yep. Make a doggy door. Instead, it's just gonna be the cat door.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, I love my landlords. They're really nice.
Yeah, but see, then Pat becomes your landlord. It's like, uh-oh.
Ah, shit.
Now you gotta worry about Adam.
Hmm.
You gotta sign a contract.
I will record this many videos a month to live here.
If we ever get mad over YouTube video, you cannot kick me out.
You cannot kick me out. This is on the contract. In really small text.
The topic that's gonna take up the next hour. You already know what it is, don't you?
Maybe. I'm assuming it's what you've been playing.
It's Valheim.
I figured that.
It's Valheim, baby.
Wait, hold up. Before we get into Valheim, because I know it's going to be a very large discussion.
Oh my god, yes, I will.
So I think I mentioned on the last podcast or the following one. I don't remember which one. It was one of the two. That I got a PS5.
Yeah,
and it finally arrived, and I've been playing it. I, for one, love sports, as most of you know.
He's the one person keeping NBA and MLB alive on the PlayStation.
On the PlayStation 5.
Yep.
Because it came with NBA, and I have never played an NBA game in my entire life.
Yep.
Because I don't care about basketball. Like, professionally, I don't care about it. Like, I'll play it. I love playing it, like, in the street and crap and whatnot. But, like, when it comes to, like, the actual... What do you mean? Like, yeah, street ball.
I like playing out in the street, you know?
You know, where the cars come by. It adds an obstacle.
Sometimes when I go to work, I gotta take the streets. And,
the streets.
Sometimes people offer me stuff on the streets.
She belongs in the streets.
Yeah, she belongs.
But I've been playing it occasionally. The new NBA game, NBA 2K21. I'm staring at the cover of it right now.
Ooh.
And I've looked at this cover billions of times and the back. And I would like all of you to know, I don't know who the fuck's on the cover, and I have no clue who the fuck's on the back.
Let me see if I can guess. Which one is it?
It's NBA 2K21.
NBA. Sorry, shit. 2K.
See, like when I was growing up, I played what was it? NBA Street, I think was what it was called, which is kind of like an arcadey version of basketball. And I love those games. And then there was like NBA Home Court, which I've played, and it's basically the same thing, just like street ball. So it's a lot more crazy with like crazy animations and whatnot. But I've never played like a legit NBA game. And there are so many like teams and characters and, well, I guess NBA players. I have no clue who half of them are. Or like 80% of them, I have no clue who they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know who this guy is either. Then again, I don't know what I was expecting because I don't watch the sport.
Yeah, I don't watch it at all.
It literally.
So I don't know any of these people.
It'd have to be like Kobe or something like that for me to recognize anyone. Like
it's a guy from New Orleans, Williamson. I think it's like Zion Williamson. I think
Sir Williamson.
I think that's his name.
I'm pretty sure it's not Sir Williamson.
If
he's a knighted Sir, I'd be very. That'd be badass.
But yeah, I don't know. But it's been fun. I mean, I've been having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suck at it, but you know, I'll get better as I play it. Because I've never seen like I play a lot of the MLB games because obviously I love MLB. But for a basketball game, there are so many controls. Like it's crazy. There's so many different controls to do like so many different things while you're playing, like step backs, crossovers, like running under the hoop, and then if you hit the right analog stick, you can like swoop your arm over and like do a small layup.
Wow.
And like all this shit.
Front flip.
And I'm just like, I just want to hit square and shoot the ball.
Just press X to shoot.
Yeah, like there's some like really basic controls, and then there's like all these advanced controls, like dribbling behind your back and like crossing it between your legs to try and mess up your opponent. And I'm like, I have no clue how to do this because you have to click like 4 different controls at once.
You gotta play a mind game at that point.
Oh my god.
You gotta play like a Dance Dance Revolution.
I know, like it's been like kind of nutty because I'm so used to like MLB where it's like only a few controls, not like too many, because there's not much complications. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that gave me
so like
idea.
For something like that, it's like mind blowing to me that there's so many controls to do so many different things.
That gave me the idea that if I just found out that I think the moment I'd commit suicide would be if I had to beat Dark Souls using a Dance Dance Revolution map. I've seen people do it, and you guys are saints, but I Nope.
You know, funny, like talking about Dark Souls. No, I probably won't play Dark Souls again.
Fuck.
But I've been really thinking about playing Bloodborne again.
Dude, what I'm telling
Because
you is
I love Bloodborne.
I never got past the first boss. I need to actually play
Bro,
it.
you need to play it. It's so good.
I keep getting stuck at the same part. You know what I do?
It's
I'll
so
have to
good.
get to it, and I'll have to call you and ask you, like, hey, dude, how do you get past this? Because there's a
Yes,
specific
a game
part.
I haven't played in like 4 years. I'm sure I'll remember.
There's a specific part I can never get past. So I just I try it for days. I hate to sound like a bitch about it, but I give up. I'm just like, I don't know where to go next. I'll just move on to the next game.
I loved Bloodborne. I absolutely adored that game.
I'll live stream it. But no, what I'm telling you for you is that you have the PS5. You need to try Demon Souls.
Yes, I know. That is a game I do want to get, and I would love to stream it
Apparently,
just to break something.
The graphics on the PS5 just look liquid, like just absolutely delicious.
They are really good. I won't lie. They
No,
do look really nice.
Specifically for Demon Souls too. Like I know that one.
Specifically for Demon Souls.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play Spider-Man this week. That's my next goal. Is to play Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Even though you
Play
never
Miles Morales.
even though you never beat the first one.
It's okay. I've been watching the story
That's no excuse.
on YouTube.
That's
so
no
that I can know what's
excuse.
going on. It's
No.
like 2.5 hours and my brain hurts.
No. There's no excuse.
I think I'm like 40 minutes into the 2 hours of it.
Oh my god. Oh, so you're just watching the cutscenes then?
I'm watching the cutscenes to understand the story, yeah.
Okay,
That's basically what I've been doing. So I'm about 40 minutes in out of like a 2.5 hour video.
Basically, spoiler alert, at the very end of the game, literally the end credit scene is Miles being like, Peter, look what I can do. And he shoots, like, and he's like,
Blinds him.
Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man? I'm Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man.
She's Spider-Man. What's going on? What's up with all the Spider-Man? Spider-Pig? Is that Nick
Spider-Pig,
Cage? Is that Nick Cage? Spider-Man Noir? What's going on here?
Spider-Man Noir. Diva Spider-Man.
I'm actually so addicted to Valheim that I might launch it while we're recording just to do tree cutting. Because
You make fun of me for playing RuneScape when we
Listen.
do this sometimes, but then here he is like, no, I gotta play
Okay.
Valheim.
well, to be fair, have you
I
done
got
it?
called out on stream last night for playing RuneScape while we were streaming.
I knew you were, because when I was playing my Valheim, I looked in Discord and said you're playing RuneScape. I was like, oh, he's for sure
Well,
playing
the
this
thing
one.
was, it's like I'm AFKing skills, so there's
Exactly.
not much like
Yeah.
I have to pay attention. I don't have to click stuff. So if I can just have that going while I'm doing a Q&A and talking and doing D&D, it's like sure, why not?
No, I don't blame you whatsoever, because now I get it. Wait, in any of our recordings, have you done that though with RuneScape?
Like this?
Yeah.
Like the podcast?
Mhm.
I've done it like a few times for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, but it's usually because I'm finishing something up.
Okay, so that gives me the excuse that I'm allowed to cut down some trees in Valheim.
Sure, whatever.
Oh.
Just don't blow up your computer.
Well, no, no. The reason actually that I want to play it while recording is because I'm making my house, and in order to do that, I want to make like a nice flat land area, right?
I should start a solo world on that just to like.
Just to have, like, yeah, exactly. So I want to make some flat land. So knowing me and how over ambitious I am, I'm carving through a mountain right now to
Why?
because I want to get flat land on top of the mountain. So I gotta like carve through it like Minecraft.
I feel like that's something that like I would do, like, and I've done it in Minecraft before. Like usually when it comes to like vanilla stuff, just playing like the normal game.
Right.
Like if you ever live in like a mountain kind of area and there's just this giant ass mountain in your way, you're like, damn, I don't want to climb over
I'm
this thing
gonna
every
go
single
through
time.
it.
I'm gonna blast a hole through this sucker.
So for anyone who's curious, Valheim. It's a game that just came out. I know not everyone may know about it.
And it's been
if
a
you-
very big talk. It's kind of like when we had this discussion of Rust a few podcasts ago, where we were
Well-
talking about it for a very long time. But now we've all swept over to Valheim.
It's weird though because Valheim just hit 2 million sales, but it's
Really?
still it just hit 2 million sales in its second week of being released.
Damn.
It still feels like it's a like under the rock kind of game. Like you only know about it if you've heard about it. Most people when I say, "Hey, have you heard of Valheim?" they say, "Oh, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it." That's like everyone's reaction. So even though it's hit 2 million, it still feels like it's a little bit of a hidden gem, which is perfectly fine with me because I fucking love
Yeah,
it.
I
So
don't mind it at all.
in case you guys are curious, to boil it down to its basic structure, it's Viking Minecraft. Build houses, kill mobs, cut down trees, grow food, and stuff like that. However, there's enemies. It's more of an RPG element of crafting different weapons with a workbench. And you have to get I feel like I'm just describing Minecraft. Okay, how about this? There's Nordic gods and bosses that you have to fight. There's stronger enemies as you get deeper into forest. There's dungeons that you can go in. It's like that type of shit. You can sail across water on a boat. I don't want to talk too much about what I did in my single player world because I don't want to spoil it for you. Because I want you to feel the same way I did, which is like really loving the game and enjoying stuff for the first time. However, yesterday before stream, because it was my day off, I was just relaxing. I was playing Valheim with my girlfriend watching me because I wanted to show her the game. I've never had a more eventful hour in my entire life. I saw so much new shit, but it was all bad. Like
It was all bad. It wasn't good shit. It was scary shit.
yeah, have you seen that? Do you know that there's trolls in the game? Have you seen that at all?
No.
Okay,
I did when I was watching a stream last night because I said I was there for like about 15-20 minutes.
Right.
I saw that there was skeletons.
Yes, there's skeletons that guard dungeons. So this is the one spoiler I'll give you because, like I said, I want to have that moment of like, oh, you're experiencing stuff for the first time. There's trolls, and by that I mean they're like 16 feet high, basically. And I was mining copper, and I was listening to music. It was like last night or something like that. And you know, every now and then those little tree fuckers come, and they're like, hey, and you just poke them out. Exactly.
You're just like, what the fuck?
And I'm mining, and of course, every time you hit mine, the screen shakes a little bit because you're hitting ore and stuff like that. I was hitting, I was like, man, the game really feels like it's shaking my screen a lot. And then I turned around, all of a sudden, just and just I get fucking slammed by a troll.
Murked.
Immediately dead, one-shotted by a troll.
Kind of reminds me of like the trolls from Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly. He came by and or
the giants, actually. They're not trolls.
Yeah, this blue fucker was just walking through the woods. He saw me, and then just kept going. So, there's also a raiding mechanic. My house got raided at some point.
Wait, there's a raiding mechanic?
Yeah, so our base will get raided eventually.
What the fuck?
Yep.
God, this is like being an actual Viking.
So for anyone who doesn't know as well, this game is early access, and it is probably the most. Last night, I was on my phone like for an hour on the stream just looking at the wiki. This has so much fucking depth, Mitch. There's so much. Because I was curious. I was like, you know, I'm sick of this. I want to get my first metal axe. You know, whether that be a copper, bronze, iron. You know, and they say like, oh, you need to get to the copper age. It's like getting out of the stone age and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I was looking it up, and it's like, you gotta go get copper over here. I was like, what do I have to go? How do I get a furnace? And it's like, you have to go through a dungeon to get a furnace because you have to find the recipe for it. I was like, fucking okay. Spent 2 hours trying to find a dungeon. Eventually got that. And it's like, how do I get this? It's like, well, actually, you need to go through 10 dungeons in order to get enough to make it. I was like, fuck. So I did that.
Just like, okay.
And it's like, okay, now I have a furnace. How do I fuel it? It's like, well, you're going to need to make a machine that makes coal for you. Fuck. What does it take? It takes the same things you need from those dungeons. Fuck. And so,
it's just like this back and forth progress of, god damn it.
Did that for 2 hours, and I finally got it. And it's like, all right, I have copper. Make my axe. And it said, actually, there's no such thing as a copper axe. You need a bronze axe. I was like, how the fuck do you make bronze? And it's like, you got to mix iron and
you gotta
copper
mix it,
together.
yeah.
I was
yeah,
like,
iron
fuck.
and copper, yeah.
So I had to go find tin. And then I was like, I got it. And I was like, thank God. I was like, you know, I'm curious. How do you get iron? And the game's like, oh, don't even fucking ask how you get iron. It's this whole fuking process, dude. Oh my God. Which just makes me so happy. There's so much more to this game. What's fun? Like I said, I don't know why I've had such an eventful time. I sailed away from my first island for the first time. And by sailed away, I mean like 50 feet. Like you could practically walk. Exactly. And so I made a little house on the beach. I called it like a beach house because I needed somewhere to sleep. And for the first time in my life, I've witnessed what a tsunami looks like while I lived on the beach. So that was fucking terrifying. My boat flew away. So it's been a ton of fun. And what I found out, you know how we found enemies that have like stars next to their name, and that means they're stronger?
Yes.
So as you get farther away from the spawn point, it's gonna get harder and harder. The farther we get away from the center of the map.
That.
Yeah. So there's I haven't found them yet. You know that there's portals in the game?
Nope. Now I do.
We can make portals.
To go where?
To other portals we place. Like I'm saying, like a literal portal
Oh,
gun
like a
type scenario.
teleportation system in a sense?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Also, I found out, thank God, I'll have to show you. There's a waypoint system now that you can add to the map. So my map's just covered in dots that just say copper, tin, copper, gold over here, iron, just everywhere. I have a dot on a cave that says "fuck that cave" because it's a troll cave. I found out. So
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
but I want to. I've been playing it for so long, which it was fun. I feel like I was playing it forever, and I checked last night. And I only had 10 hours on the game, and it feels like I have so much more. How have you been enjoying it? Because you only have that one game that we played in your back
Yeah, I only
pocket.
had that one, like, well, actually two. We had two
We
sessions.
did do
of
it twice, yes, because we played late at night. So like, are you as hooked as I am, or have you not gotten that chance yet?
I don't know personally if I'd play it a lot by myself, because it seems like one of those games where if you play it with another person, you'll have more enjoyment of it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I do
terrified.
definitely want to try building my own like house.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm curious with the whole like mechanics of like having to have the scaffolding to keep it up and support beams and so on and so forth.
Yep.
I'm just kind of curious on where the combat system is gonna go.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, like where we had left off, where we had the powers.
Yep.
That just like gave us like a boost in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then we only had what, like I had a spear and a shield, and that was it. So I'm kind of curious to see like where the evolution of the weapons will go, because obviously the mobs that we'll be fighting will get harder. So I'm curious to see with all the ores and stuff like that what we could make.
From what I've seen on streams and stuff like that, not what I personally made. The farthest weapon I've gotten up to right now is a sword. I've gotten a sword now. You can have maces. There's enchanted bows. You can have enchanted bows and special arrows. You can enchant your weapons. And there's a mace, there's a club, there's a scythe. So I think it does actually get pretty expansive. And I found out that the devs did create a roadmap, and all it says is the names the updates, which is a little vague. Like you don't know what it includes. It's like Minecraft.
It's kind of like they did with like Forager.
Exactly.
Like
it says
roadmap. It's
the
very
next
useful.
the next update's called the Wolves and Animals update, which is like, okay, so I guess that means more animals. You know, more not.
Yeah, like I'm expecting some like farm animals eventually, like sheep and cows and chickens and so on and so forth, instead of just the boars.
I did find out how many you can tame more animals. Apparently not the hoe, because the hoe you use to change how the land looks, but there's an item called a cultivator, and that's how you plant stuff. Apparently that's even past the Bronze Age. I don't know how long this game wants me to go fucking killing the local population of boars.
Local boar population.
It's like, I just want to plant some seeds, please, game.
Just want to put some seeds in the ground, man.
I'm sick of this shit, man. So I've been completely loving it so far. I am completely addicted. I do hope. I mean, are you excited to like play more with me and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I definitely.
All right, good. Which sucks because
I personally hope we could start that stream a little earlier than usual, because I would love to like stream it for like 5-6 hours personally.
I streamed it for 4 hours last time.
That's what I'm saying. I want to stream it for like a while.
No, I'd be happy to do that. I can schedule that. Here, let me get my appointment.
Let me get my schedule. Let me put this
Let me
in.
get my schedule. But yeah, it's been a ton of fun so far. I did find out, there's a boat system in the game. The wind, because you need wind. Obviously, it's all sail powered. If the wind's not going in your direction, you kind of just go fuck yourself a little bit. Luckily, they invented a system which is basically equivalent to you just kicking your foot behind you to let the water just splash as you.
You know, it would be a funny like game mechanic. It would probably kill somebody, to be honest, but it'd be hella funny if you could like. I don't know if there's, because we've only played just me and you.
Yeah.
Is there proximity chat in that game? Like, is there talking or no?
No.
Can you only type?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It would have been funny if there was like a mic and like the only way for you to get the wind going is if you like blew on it.
Well, like a Nintendo DS, like those old games.
Yeah, just like.
Oh my god. Well, at the moment, the game only supports a max of 10 players. I can completely see this being someone owning an online MMO server, because the map is massive.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a very large map.
Massive, and
it's like GTA large.
Yeah, and the fact that you can have waypoints and stuff like that, someone could make a full server, like of just a whole bunch of shit.
Just people being in random ass locations.
Yeah, because you can also there's PvP, and you can choose whether or not you want to be seen on the map. So you could do on there's actually an item in the game that protects you from griefers. So the devs I think know that they want to have that feature because
Yeah.
there's a totem you can place in your base that makes a surrounding area not to be modified by enemy players.
Hmm.
So there's that type of system is already in. But I've just been having a ton of fun with it. It's a little bit addicting. And I think it's just because I know there's so much more that
Untapped potential that you
I
haven't
have
got to yet.
that I got to do. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
I mean, that's been kind of like my run with like RuneScape the last like year and a half. Because there's so much stuff as like a kid when I was playing that game. Like my favorite thing to do as like a small child was like to go into the desert and kill bandits, and that was it. I thought that was the funnest shit as like a 10-year-old.
which is funny.
But
'Cause
like
I
now
don't
as
even play.
yeah, because like now as an adult, you know, like you're learning a lot more, and there's a lot more like in-depth things you're starting to do, and like so many things you didn't touch as a kid in the game, that like this last like in year and a half that I've been playing it, or like past 2 years, I guess, there is so much shit that I have learned
Right.
that it's like, where was this when I was small? I was like, I would have had a real problem if I knew this when I was little.
Well, that's the thing is that I have not played RuneScape. I played it once. You know, it was, basically you could say I've never played it.
Yeah, Justin's puss. I still have you as a friend.
Yep. There you go.
I still have you on there.
That might get banned later. I'm sure. Like, are you allowed to
I
have
mean,
those
look,
names?
look. Here's the thing, right? So your name's Justin Puss, right?
Uh-huh.
In World of Warcraft, for 4 months that I was playing WoW, when I first played,
It sounds familiar.
my name was Crazy Bitch,
Yeah. All right.
and it didn't get caught for 4 months.
Do you personally
It's been
know?
what, nearly a year for your thing? You're not getting caught anytime soon.
Then again, I'm not really in any public.
Things, yeah.
Yeah, so no one's really seen my name. Do you know if RuneScape like has anything against that? Do you know like
They definitely do have problems with like certain names, obviously. But it usually comes down to people reporting the names. It doesn't really come down to like moderators looking over the names.
so some pussy's gonna see Justin's puss and be like, hey, some kid's gonna ruin it for me, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It basically comes down to players reporting it.
Carving through a mountain right now. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
no,
I kind
but-
of have like a funny story from RuneScape from like 2 days ago.
What I was gonna say is that I've never played RuneScape, barely, but I can already feel how this game is similar to RuneScape, just probably just in the leveling system, also the graphics, of course, a little bit.
Yeah, it's very strange, the leveling system in Valheim. Like you literally get like levels for running around and like jumping.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's
I'll
interesting.
be right because obviously the more you level up, the longer it takes to
Yeah.
level that skill. So I've just been running all of a sudden, ding, your skill for running is 21 now. It's like, oh, cool, all right,
Now I can run a little faster or a little farther without stopping.
exactly. My stamina through the fucking roof.
Through the roof, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I like looking at the YouTube tutorials and streams for it, but I still like keeping that sense of awe about the game of like, oh, you can do this, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, finding out what food gives you the best stamina, stuff like that. I think it's really cool to figure that out on your own. It gives you the same sense of Minecraft. You're like, oh, that's how you make a
Yeah.
door. That's how you make, you know.
I need to show you something funny that I learned, I think, like a month ago.
Okay.
So in RuneScape, there's this skill called rune crafting. It's one of the most hated skills in the game.
Okay.
Because it's such a bitch to train. Basically, the point of it is like you have to get like blank runes from your bank, and then you have to run like a mile to like this altar, and then they become runes, and then you just repeat the cycle like back and forth. It's very slow and it's very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned that there is this world that you can go to where you basically follow other players, and it's like a fucking conga line
Oh,
of players going to this one specific altar, and it just makes like random ones.
okay.
It is the funniest shit I have ever seen.
So does that make it easier for people or something?
It makes it easier because you literally just hit like follow on a player, and then it's just this massive fucking conga line of like 500, 600 players doing the same thing.
So you can go
It is the funniest shit.
so you can go AFK and you're just following the dude in front of you.
Yep.
Oh
It
god.
is hysterical.
Now who's the true champion?
I did it on stream like a
made
month
this.
ago because I had never done it before and I didn't even know it was a thing.
You
So
can
I
hear me,
went
right?
there and just seeing the massive abundance of players, like 600-700 people just doing the same exact shit, and like the server lagging because there's so many people in one place.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny to me.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good. I accidentally hit the mute button on my mouse for my
but I don't know. It was just the funniest thing to me. I found it hysterical just
Now,
to see so many players doing the same exact thing, but all of them like running and like avoiding like things trying to kill them. It was super funny.
who's the real hero? Who's the guy in front?
Um, Lord knows.
That guy's
I mean, most people
champion.
just run it like themselves, and then some people follow because you can end up getting like stuck behind walls and shit.
Right.
But I don't know. It's really funny to watch. Just all these people full sprint.
How many concurrent player? I mean, so RuneScape is. I wonder. RuneScape is very much still alive, of course.
Oh, very.
I wonder what the
It's been around for 20 years now, which is insane.
I wonder what the concurrent player base is.
I can tell you right now how many people are playing old school at this moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
99,028.
Damn.
What about RS3, which is the new RuneScape?
There's a new one. Or
Well,
you're saying
that's like
just
the current one that's going on right now.
Yeah, the
so
higher
that's-
graphics one, right?
Yes. On the regular RuneScape, because there's two RuneScapes. There's old school RuneScape, which is the 2006 version of the game,
Right.
and then there's the new RuneScape, which has like evolved over the years. And like
Exactly.
this is like the main RuneScape.
Almost looks like a normal
The
game.
current RuneScape right now has 144,970 players playing at
Sorry,
this
say
moment.
that one more time.
144,970.
That actually shocks me. I thought.
Oh, I didn't even know they had this on the site. This is cool. So they have a tally of how many RuneScape accounts have been created.
Oh shit.
288,950,446 accounts.
That does not surprise me.
That's fucking crazy. I didn't even know they had that on the website because I don't play RS3.
I'm actually that surprises me that more people are playing the new one than the old one. I thought it'd be the opposite.
Well, it's usually like back and forth, to be honest.
Now, is it this like I know it looks different, but is it practically the same exact RuneScape? Like the central trading area, your skills that level up, or is it a different game?
Like between the new and the old?
Yeah.
Drastically different.
Really?
It's incredibly different. The newer one has what they called like the combat update from like a while ago. So in the old RuneScape, which you saw when you played it yourself, like you'll hit like zeros and ones and twos, and I think the highest hit you could hit is like a 98. I think it's like the highest.
Okay.
So like for this one, like the newer one, the levels and everything are drastically different. So instead of hitting a 1, you'll hit like 120 or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like a normal.
So it's
RPG.
yeah. So it's like it's kind of like very drastically different.
That makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
it's basically different games.
Basically, yeah. Like I can't go into the new RuneScape and play it like the old one because the skillings and all the different stuff are drastically different.
I think that'd actually be really cool if they were the exact same game, just a giant graphics overhaul to make it more new. Because what if
Like
you
I
could just
get
carry your
lost.
character? What if you could
playing
carry your
the new
character
one.
over? That'd
You
be so
can't.
much. I know it would. Wait, what?
My older brother's account still works on the new RuneScape.
You can carry them over?
If you played the game back in the day, because obviously it's the same RuneScape that's been going on, it's just been getting updated over the years. The old school RuneScape I think came out in 2016. I think.
The old school RuneScape came out? What do you mean?
So the old school RuneScape was RS2
Okay.
before they made RS3, which is the new one.
I gotta start writing shit down.
And it's just the game like updating over time, like throughout the years. So like graphic changes and stuff like that. But so many people love the older version of RuneScape that they got together and were like, okay, do you want us to make the old school version of like the old one back in the day? And people voted for it and they were like, hells yeah, please make it. So they basically got the game from 2006 and made it a completely separate thing.
Oh, wait, so that only started in 2016? The current old school
Yeah, it was
RuneScape?
somewhere around there. I don't remember when OS
Oh,
RS came out.
I thought that they just never stopped supporting it from when it first came out.
No, when did OS RS? When did it come out? I can't type right now.
I gotta write this shit down, man.
Did it come out? I think it was like 2016, 2013. Old school
Okay.
RuneScape was open to paying people from 2013, and then a free-to-play version came out in 2015. But RuneScape itself came out in 2001.
Are there any more games that this company makes?
Jagex? I don't think so.
That's
I think
the name?
it's just RuneScape. I literally think it's just RuneScape. I could be completely wrong, but I think they only make RuneScape.
I wonder if Mojang's gonna make like any more successful games because they tried. I think it was called Cobalt or something like that. It was like a side scroller game that I think they even stopped developing just because I think they knew they're like, all right, Minecraft's the game, people. Let's just and then Dungeons.
Throw
came
all
out,
your
of
money
course,
into it.
which is completely fair because that is
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like,
that is a safe investment.
it could be the same thing said for like Valheim. Like, I don't really know who made it. I forget. You said it was somebody really like big. Like it was a couple of big gaming places that made it.
No, actually. So I found out. So the one that I was crazy about is that it said Coffee Stand Studios. They made the game Satisfactory, the factory game where you can like automate.
Yeah.
It's basically Factorio but 3D. You remember that one, right?
Yeah, of course. That was a fun game. It's just God, it was a learning curve.
Coffee Stain is only the publisher for this game, like Chucklefish is for Stardew Valley.
Like, yeah.
So
well, not anymore, but still.
it isn't.
Well, I know he split from Chucklefish.
I'm surprised. Does the logo just pop up because since
I think
they
it
helped,
still
it has
does,
to
yeah,
stay there?
because of everything, yeah.
But the actual company that made the game is Iron Gate Studios. And I don't know if this is true or not. I think I only saw someone say like, oh, and it's only, so I'm basically down the grapevine I'm hearing this from. I think it's only 6 people making this game.
Damn.
So it's like an indie team. This isn't like a
kind of like
AAA
Among
game.
Us. It was like, I think Among Us is like a 6 to 7 person team.
It was actually 3.
Is it 3?
3 people. One was the programmer, another one was the art, and then the other one was like the game designer.
See, that's what I find crazy impressive is like when you have like indie developers, when it's not even like a big team.
Yeah.
Make these
awesome.
kind of games and then just fucking, they explode.
Well, you ever notice that's where all the gems come from?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's like, I love seeing that when it's only like a few people making a game and then the game fucking explodes with popularity.
I think it's because there's just less pressure. You know, they don't have to.
I feel that too. Yeah, I feel like there is less pressure because they can just make the game how they want. They don't have to like repeat a process, like for instance with like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that.
I mean, there's always
usually
pressure.
the same type of gameplay, but like drastically different stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Call of Duty, they have to pump out one every
Exactly.
year.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're on like a deadline. Like they have to get it done.
Exactly. And the story of Among Us is that game came out like 4 years ago, and then nothing happened.
And then it just blew up last year out of nowhere.
Yeah, versus this game came out 2 weeks ago, and we're at 2 million so far. It's like, so I mean, obviously they still have the pressure of, which I've been looking into because I still want to be an indie game developer. Obviously they still have the pressure of like
keeping it alive.
We hope our game's good, but I think every developer, they said the hardest thing, and the reason that I forget what game it was. I think it was Among Us. Among Us said that the reason that they didn't have a good shot with the game is because none of them knew how to market. Like, because you have to market your game to make people want it. So I think Valheim maybe just got lucky. I never saw any commercials for this game. I can promise you that.
No, I didn't either.
But no, I love indie teams because when it's more independent, then you know it's coming from like a good heart. You know, when something
from the soul.
Yeah, when something comes from Uplay, it's like, all right, it's a Uplay game. Like, there's no. They didn't make Watch Dogs 3 because
they didn't make Uno to make people happier, right? They made Uno to fucking destroy friendships.
Yeah, they didn't make Watch Dogs 3 to be like, you know what? We need to evolve the story. It's like, no, we need money. And also, it'd be fun. So, I think Watch Dogs 3 actually flopped. Kind of sad. Didn't you buy that?
I will say Valhalla is awesome. I love Valhalla.
I think Valhalla is the one Assassin's Creed game I've heard in a while that people are like, all right, they finally caught up a little bit. Like,
I very much enjoyed it. I haven't played it in a while, but I was loving playing it.
I heard Black Flag was a pretty good game too.
Ah, Black Flag's great.
I haven't played any Assassin's Creed game since Unity.
Really?
Yep, and I only played Unity for like an hour. Like I barely played it because it couldn't run on my PC, so the graphics would just melt. Because you
Unity
play
was
Game of Thrones for
alright.
free.
I think Unity was the one with the French Revolution, right?
Dude, fuck.
I
I don't know.
I know when it first came out, there was like billions of bugs, and it was terrible.
Yep, exactly. People's faces melting off.
Assassin's Creed, was it Unity?
Yeah,
I think it was Unity. Was it the French Revolution?
let them eat cake.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was the French Revolution game.
The only Assassin's Creed game I've played fully almost until the end. I don't even know which one it was because I played it as a kid on my dad's PS3. Like I don't remember which one it was. It was just a classic Assassin's Creed though. Old times, jumping off of churches and shit into
Might have been Assassin's Creed 1 or 2.
I think it was really just Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood are my favorites.
I think
With,
that's why I'm
Ezio.
thinking if I were to play Assassin's Creed, I think I'd start with Black Flag because it seems like everyone agrees that's like all right.
Black Flag is very good.
Yeah, so I think I'll start with that.
I think Black Flag was like the first game, well, besides Assassin's Creed 3, where it really kind of evolved into its own thing. Because the first like 3 games were basically centered around like, you know, being part of the Creed.
Right.
And, you know, like building it up and like doing these secret missions and so on and so forth to like build it up and like assassinate officials and so on and so forth. But then Black Flag was just like, nah, fuck that. I want to be an assassin and a pirate. You know what I mean? Like, and then like Assassin's Creed 3 was you were a native that was helping during the American Revolution. Like it was cool to see like these drastic differences.
I can guarantee you, I say within our lifetime just to give us some time, we're gonna see a modern day Assassin's Creed. Like you're in New York. Something like that. I think it'll probably be sooner than we think, just because every game company's like, all right, we need to see what's the next move.
I would love to see it'd be super strange to see because I really don't like recognize Assassin's Creed with like guns. Like the only time you really had a gun was in Black Flag.
You know what's gonna happen? Call of Duty's going back in time, World War II. Assassin's Creed is gonna come up.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, what about like World War, like World War I or World War II? Like that would be super crazy to see. Like I have no clue how they would do it.
I completely see it. I agree.
But I could see it being a thing.
As long as they don't let Ezio use guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The minute you pick up an MP5, the game's not really what it used to be anymore.
Yeah, like I don't know how they do it. I feel like Assassin's Creed with like guns would be very strange.
My kid's gonna play Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna watch and it says, "All right, Ezio, pull out the silencer." It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He has like a silencer on the blade, just like stitched on.
Yeah, you stab someone in the neck, but what it does is it also plugs up the hole in their neck so they can't scream. Just like, all right, put on the silencer.
Yeah, I can't imagine Assassin's Creed with like automatic guns. It's so weird.
Take the shot
to
at
like
you.
think about. Like I can see it with like muskets and stuff like that. Like yeah,
oh yeah,
they've done it before. But like with like actual like automated guns, like pistols and crap, like and just, I don't know. It just
basically
it's weird.
The gist is you can put Ezio anywhere, just don't give him a gun.
Yeah.
Once he has a gun, kind of ruins the magic.
Yeah. Well, I mean they change characters every game now.
Yeah, is Ezio's done?
Ezio was the most the one with the most games. He had 3 games.
I imagine they're done with him now. No, they're definitely gonna have
yeah, they are.
They're definitely gonna have like a comeback though. Like, hey, look who it is. Like a cameo. Like, it's Ezio.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it because it'd have to be in the same exact timeline, which was like 1470 something.
Well, no, wasn't
Ezio
never truly there? Didn't they use that fucking machine to let him go back in time?
Well, they're using his DNA, so they're basically reliving his life.
Well, exactly. So where was? I remember in Assassin's Creed 2, that's what I remember as a kid. Is I'm a dude. It's like, all right, we're gonna.
Yeah, you go into the Animus.
So
using Ezio's DNA, and then you're reliving his life.
So the real Ezio did die a long time ago.
Yeah.
But us in modern time are going to reliving his life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. That's the whole point of Assassin's Creed is that you're using the people's DNA.
Wow.
So like even in the new game, I don't remember the new person's name you play as.
Is it the same thing though? Is that you're in modern day society?
You're in modern day, but you're in the Animus, like playing through this person's eyes.
Oh. Now, oh dude. Unless it's been done, there should be an Assassin's Creed where the people, because isn't it a company, the same company all the time that's running the Animus or whatever?
Yeah.
Are they good or no?
Uh See, this gets into spoiler territory about the whole series. So I don't know if I want to talk about that.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be cool, unless you can tell me if it's already happened, if you break out of the Animus and then the rest of the game takes place in modern life of you being the modern day Ezio, and like you're trying to escape, like Outlast style, like you're trying to escape the facility. Um, as
Something like
anything
that has technically happened.
yeah.
Yes. Because
Okay.
even there's like a few moments where you'll play like IRL, like as the person that's not in the Animus, like the person that's going into it. And like you'll do the same exact things, like the same exact climbing and whatnot. There's even some mini games in Valhalla where you're trying to get like corrupted data, and then you play as the girl that's in the Animus, and you're like climbing up like the data trying to collect the correct information.
Is that if you choose the girl as your character,
Nope.
or is it no? No,
She's
really,
just the main character. Yeah.
Really? So even she plays as the male Valhalla dude.
Yeah.
I got a fucking penis. Fucking... That's pretty cool though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Assassin's Creed is a very like interesting concept.
right.
It's just changing up like as it goes on. Even in
Yeah.
the new game, they mentioned COVID.
Really? In Valhalla?
Yeah, it was an Easter egg. Because when you're in like the IRL, like as the girl, just out of the Animus and like walking around like your facility that you're in, you can check your emails, and there's an email talking about the virus.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I saw that as like an Easter egg online on a blog that there's an Easter egg of the COVID 19.
What I'm
And,
excited for is that Call of Duty is cool that they have Warzone and stuff like that now. Like they've definitely done a good job with that. And zombies, love zombies to death. However, I cannot play Call of Duty multiplayer anymore. It's just like covered in people either being way too goddamn good at the game or hackers. So the one game that I still love playing combat style multiplayer is Battlefield. Battlefield I love. And apparently they're coming out with a new game that they
I've only
said
played one Battlefield.
I think we played it together. Wasn't it Hardline?
I think so.
The cops and robbers kind of thing?
Yeah, we played
Yep.
that for like a little while, but we didn't play it too much.
I think it's because we got it for free, to be honest.
Yeah, we did.
Nothing wrong with that. But apparently they said the new Battlefield is going back to like the roots. So it's gonna be like older style, more combat focused like that. Because Hardline was kind of a one-off, and then I think the new one is still Battlefield 1 because Battlefield doesn't come out with one every year.
I played Battlefield 1 a tad bit, but that was like my brother handing me the controller and being like, "Good luck."
Which is a really fun game because was it like World War One? I think it is.
I have no clue.
I don't know, but I liked it a lot. It's a lot of fun. Battlefield 4 is actually still a concurrent player base, and that one's like modern day society and stuff like that. Well, in the time that we've been talking, I've carved out 3/4 of the mountain. So that I count that as a success.
There is part of a mountain gone.
You know what sucks though? Without the cultivator, I can't plant grass. So I just have this fucking barren landscape of dirt.
Ew, it's all gross.
that
all
I-
gross and mucky.
It's just a bunch of mud everywhere. But this game is a ton of fun. Oh, another thing. I talked about this on stream. This game nailed down the one thing that every game should nail down, and that's when you're sailing on a boat, you don't have to hold on to it. You can walk around on the deck while it's moving. Every game. Like if a game has that, immediately a good game. Like Warzone, you can run around on someone's car while they're driving, and because you remember GTA like 4 or even 5. If you're standing on a vehicle and someone moves 5 miles per hour, your character just falls off. And
Well, I
breaks
mean,
a leg.
it's true if you think about it IRL.
I know, but like think of Sea of Thieves. They nailed it. You can walk around on a ship while that thing's flying through the air. Back as a kid, that was impossible. Like nothing like that ever happened unless you had to press like E to hold on to the car.
Yeah, like to hold on to the car.
So in Valheim,
It's kind of funny. Even Tony Hawk did that well.
What?
Like you could hold on to the back of a car while it's moving.
yes, that's good. And in
Yeah.
this game, you can let go of the steering wheel or like the mast that you're holding on to, and you can walk around the boat. And the
And
game
just let it go.
Yeah, the game works perfectly fine. Now, I don't do that because God forbid it does hiccup me off the back of the boat. I'm never getting back to shore.
Yeah, you're just gonna be in the middle of the ocean.
Well, because that's the thing. The boat, when you set the sails and the steering wheel, you don't have to keep holding W to go forward. The boat,
It just goes
remember
itself.
exactly. So if you fall off that boat, that thing's going to the edge of the world.
Hmm.
I can't wait to find out because I think.
Wouldn't that be funny to just make a boat and then send it off somewhere and then try and find it later on?
Place a waypoint on it. Just boop 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 boop.
Or you just place like an item on it so that way you know it's that boat.
I was gonna say I think it would just hit an island, but because the wind changes, it could honestly weave
Yeah,
its
it could
way
honestly
through.
just go whichever direction.
Just weave its way.
That
through
would be
the,
fun. We should do that Thursday.
Just as a challenge, like all right, guys. Let's
Yeah,
see
just
where
send
this
the boat off
goes.
somewhere. Then try and find it eventually.
You're saying not with us on it, right?
Yeah. It would be funny. Just put like an item, like a chest on it, and then put an item in it. And then just see where it goes.
You know what's gonna happen? A year later, me and you are gonna be walking around the map because this, like, people don't understand. This map is
Can't you make signs?
massive. You can make signs, yeah.
Perfect. We'll put a sign on the boat. That's how we'll know it's ours.
I don't think we'll need to. But people don't understand the map in this game, massive. Like it probably will take us a whole year of playing this game to finally go through the entire
Get
thing.
around the entire area. Yeah.
Which I plan on staying in this game for a long time. I'm very happy with this game. But I feel like me and you will just be on the island, be like, all right, you guys, you want to make the month-long trek back home? It's like, sure. It's like, Mitch, there's a boat here on the beach. Is that the one we brought here?
Oh, Betsy! I knew she'd make it.
She made it. And then she just sails off the edge of the world. Oh no, we gotta do the Viking funeral.
Just, as soon as we get to it, it just falls apart.
From rust and shit. Dude, that thing could go into a tsunami storm. You know what's funny is that
that'd be even funnier. We just send the boat off during a giant storm.
It would get fucked up.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. We need to do
I've
that.
seen what that
There's
happens.
so many funny ideas we need to do.
You know what we should do? If only there was a way to send your friends on a raft, but like get rid of the steering wheel. It's like, all right, you're at the mercy of that boat. Yep. What's cool is that in this game, this would work with the thing you're thinking of doing because the sail automatically turns in the direction of the wind.
Yeah, depending on the wind direction.
So the boat's gonna find its way no matter what. That's gonna be hilarious. What we gotta do then is do the Viking funeral. You shoot a flaming arrow at the boat and then
and just let it burn.
Watch it sail off. Let's just put one diamond in it. It's like the most valuable thing. It's like fuck.
Just watch it.
It's like, Mitch, we've mined this planet of all of its natural resources. We need one diamond left for the portal. It's like, I think I know where we can find one. It's just a trek. It's like, find the boat. A needle in a haystack.
I kind of just want to get on a boat and just let it sail and just see where I end up.
Yeah. I'd look on the map and just like, Mitch, you're reaching the North Pole.
Dope.
And don't.
Is that why there's polar bears around here?
Oh, there's some animals that I found out, man, that are gonna make you shit your pants. It's not. There's. By the way, if you do find a wolf in this game, it will one tap you. There are wolves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Well,
one
I
tap.
figured there'd be wolves.
There's wolves. There's these giant fucking things that look like from where the wild things are. Like they're giant porcupines that walk around, basically. Yeah, basically. I saw a meme on Reddit because I joined the Valheim Reddit, of course. And one of the jokes was like, "Your casual 2 a.m., sir," and it was a server. And on one plate was Valheim, and the other one was Spotify. It's like, "Your casual 2 a.m., my sir." But if you guys have, I imagine this game. I don't know. I never want to say I could see this thing coming to the Switch or something like that. Because as it stands right now, because the game just came out, it's not that optimized. Like even my PC builds up a little bit of heat running this thing. Then again, I'm doing it on max graphics. If you guys, anyone listening, has a moderate amount of PC power, like a pretty good laptop, something like that, and you have $20, probably the game. What?
Try it out.
This game is the definition of worth $20. It is amazingly priced. Like this game could be worth 40, honestly, at this point. There's so much shit and it's just starting out. Go reach into your mom's purse, reach past the mints, get the credit card. You know, do that shit you did in high school where you had to fake the signature. Send an email to Steam support, saying you'll write them a check. Anything you need to do to get this game. If you like Minecraft, if you like wasting time, just do it. Just do it. But Japan Crate video coming out very, very soon. And then we're gonna have to work on our next guest too. We're on episode 12, so we don't have to wait until episode 20. We can find out something to do as well. working because what is it? We make 4 episodes a month, so that'd be 2 months away if we wanted another guest.
Yep.
Or we could have one sooner.
Gotta fire somebody.
Well, there's only 2 people we can fire somebody. What do you mean?
Justin, I have some bad news.
Listen, buddy, you fire me. Next week, you're going to realize something real bad.
I have some bad news. I know this is like a cooperative stream. A cooperative podcast that we do here. But I have some bad news.
You're being replaced by Will Smith.
You're being replaced.
By Tom Brady.
Did you hear he made rap albums?
That sounded so genuinely serious. Like you're asking me, like, did you know that he is not actually from Philly? Or from... Maybe he is, actually.
Did you?
Please, that's the song, right? Please tell me I'm not an idiot.
What?
Born in West Philadelphia, born and raised, whatever. Is that it?
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
It is Philadelphia, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right, good. I was really worried I fucked
It's
that
been
up.
a long time since I watched The Fresh Prince.
Born in East Jersey, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born in North Georgia.
Born and raised.
I was born in North Dakota. My sister was born in South Dakota.
Born and raised.
And Mitch has to watch Clone High before the new series comes out. Like I said, man, there's a whole 4-hour episode on YouTube of all the episodes put together for Clone High. You gotta do it, man.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Abraham Lincoln was born and raised.
Born and raised.
I love seeing the fake tweets of celebrities. Someone tweeted as Abraham Lincoln, and man, this place sucks. I could die right now. Okay, quick question. I know we're getting ready to end it soon. If you were to go back and witness, and you wouldn't be in danger, just like as a spectator ghost, as
Just
a
like
Jedi
witness
ghost,
an event.
witness a historical event, what would you go back and do? Like I said, you're not in any danger. It's like a spectator, like
Jesus.
you're a ghost almost.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a really big question out of nowhere. That could have billions and billions of answers.
It doesn't need to be something bad. You know, to be
No,
like,
I know
"Oh,
that. I'm not trying to think of anything like terrible, like D-Day or something.
Just see you in the background, your thumbs up
Just
of
like
JFK in his car.
popcorn.
No, yeah, JFK driving his car. It's like, and what's weird, historians find this man with an afro in the back eating popcorn during the JFK assassination. What would you do? Yeah,
I don't
pick
know,
one.
I'm trying to think. So my immediate cop-out answer would be like Mets World Series win in 1986, but you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm trying to think of something like
bad.
very interesting that happened.
Well, my thing is, if I could do it multiple times, that'd be even easier. But I am a absolute slut for unsolved mysteries. I love watching like unsolved mysteries on YouTube, like what happened to Amelia Earhart and stuff like that. So if I was able to be a spectator, I would love to do something like, I can't choose because there's so many right now. Do something like find out, I'd teleport myself to Amelia Earhart's plane, find out where she went down or what happened. I'd like to find out what happened to that Malaysian flight that disappeared over the ocean. Just stuff like that. Stuff that was never found again. I don't know why. It would fuck with my head knowing like, oh God, I just
All
witnessed.
right, this is a really, really random one, but since we're bringing up like flying and like Amelia Earhart, I think an historical event I would love to see is Wilbur and Orville Wright with the first airplane.
Oh, that's a good one.
That would be cool to witness.
You gotta go
the
back
first
even further.
airplane.
Well, because the Orville brothers, they didn't invent the first airplane, but they perfected it.
Yeah,
That's
they perfected the first like flight.
So you should go back to the first airplane where people are like, all right, what's this guy doing? Holy fuck!
Holy shit, he's flying! Like,
He's off
like
the
that'd be
fucking
fucking. I
ground.
don't know, like just something like that. Like
Dude,
it'd be sick. Like it goes against everything that anybody had ever thought of before.
It's such a privileged thing that we can go down the street to an airport and just fly where we want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just witnessing something as small as that, or like the first telephone.
This guy fucking flew.
Like it's just crazy shit like that. That like to us now is like a delicacy, but like to people back then, it was like wasn't even really a thing you would think about, unless you were like a psycho.
Oh my God, that's a good choice. Actually, that's a really good answer. If you want to know a quick fun fact, the do you know what the first phone call ever on a wireless phone was?
Nope.
So I think it was a wireless phone. I think, or maybe it was just no, it was a wireless phone. It was made by like IBM or something like that, or like one of the technology creators from way back then. The first wireless phone call ever made was from the inventor. He called the competitors and told them where he was calling from. So he called the dude that was trying to make it with him. He's like, "Hey, you still trying to make the wireless phone?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "You'll never guess what I'm calling you on right now." Bitch.
That's funny.
But that's a really good answer. The plane thing. God, the people's reactions just going ape shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you think about it now, when you just look up in the sky, you see an airplane. You know what I mean?
I mean, I still freak out about
imagine
it.
witnessing the first one taking flight and like it working like well, and like not plummeting to the ground and exploding.
People just losing their fucking mind.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People probably losing their shit.
People probably saw a little bit of lift because back then paper airplanes like that exist. But then the Orville brothers come and they can fly like a few miles, and it's like, holy fucking shit, they're flying. They're flying. Get out your dollar bill, son. That's a flying car.
Like, it's cool. It's just something like that, like so small to us now, but like back in the day was crazy.
All right, you want another good question?
Sure, as we try to wrap this podcast up.
It's okay. We're allowed to go to an hour and a half if we want to. So fucking bring it. You get to bring back one historical figure to show specifically current future technology. Not just, or actually, no, let's make it more generic. You can come back and show a famous person anything. Doesn't have to be current technology. You could bring back someone from the Mets like you're talking about. So if you want them to see what happened to their team.
Isaac Newton.
Why?
Or Nikola Tesla. One of the two.
No. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
My thought process for Isaac Newton is just like the times, discovering gravity and all that stuff, but now seeing like where it has gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Nikola Tesla with the electricity, like look at all the crazy shit we have nowadays.
We gotta put him in a Tesla.
Yeah. We gotta put Nikola Tesla in a Tesla. There better be art of that somewhere.
Someone even I need a t-shirt. Need a t-shirt right fucking now.
I need a t-shirt of Nikola Tesla in a Tesla.
Oh, that's not good.
Like it'd be crazy to show them the technology we have nowadays. We blow their minds.
I think someone that deserves to come back even better to see current technology is Da Vinci. The amount of shit he invented.
Oh yeah, Da Vinci. Oh, that's another really good one to bring back. Da Vinci would lose his mind too.
He invented the parachute before planes even existed.
Mm.
He just knew. He's like, people are probably gonna be fucking up there in the sky and shit. So yeah, Da Vinci created a lot of cool shit. I love all of his inventions and look at him. Because he did invent the first plane and helicopter, just never built them. That's the thing with a lot of his inventions. He never truly got the chance to
finish them. It was like always a work in progress.
I mean, to be fair, some great fucking ideas. Da Vinci, what are you doing? A plane? You're so stupid. Walk out, see the Orville brothers.
They just roll up.
Hey, Da Vinci, remember that parachute you were talking about? I could theoretically let someone fall out of the sky. We're gonna need it. They're fucking up in the air. Airmail. The first FedEx delivery. I want to see that. The first. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who listened to this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If someone can please make me a T-shirt of Nikola Tesla in a Tesla.
We'd appreciate it.
Specifically with him putting it on autopilot. Can you do it, please? There has to be a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt.
There has to be.
Tesla in a Tesla.
Nikolai Tesla in a Tesla.
In a Tesla.
Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
There's a commercial.
Commercial?
There's a commercial.
Is it made by Tesla?
I don't know. I'm seeing a picture of a guy that looks like Tesla in a Tesla.
It's crazy time-wise. Albert Einstein was alive not that long ago. Like, he wasn't... There's videos of him in color. Like, he wasn't dead that long ago. Maybe Stephen Hawking, too. I like Stephen Hawking a lot. Then again, nothing's really changed since he left, so maybe wait a few centuries before we bring him back. So that way he can see all this stuff. You gotta do, Mitch. You know how back in the day, $1 was worth like almost 100 at some points?
Yeah.
you gotta go back and be like, hey, I can bet you some money on something. Like, find a rich dude. I bet you that man up there, he's gonna be 1,000 feet in the air tomorrow. And it's like, huh? I'll put $100 on it. Come back tomorrow, get rich.
Get
It's like,
fucked.
so why'd you place that bet? What's that fellow's name? It's like, oh, last name Orville. You know. You just it's like you see a pilot. It's like, hey, I placed a bet that person's gonna land correctly. And it's like, okay. And you're like, all right, cool. By the way, what's the name of the pilot I just put a bet on? It's like, Amelia Earhart. Fuck.
Shit.
Shit, Amelia. I'm here from the future. Imagine changing the future just to win a bet.
Oh my god.
Amelia Earhart lives because you were like, I can't lose $100. That's worth like $100 where I'm from.
Don't fly that direction, damn it.
Fucking god.
Go the other way.
God damn it. There's something that happened. You know that apparently this is getting really just weird history. Apparently someone actually had Hitler in the crosshairs of his gun during a war, but he let him go because he had like sympathy for that soldier. So way to go, asshole. Couldn't have shot Hitler, huh? Did you also know Hitler only had one testicle?
Yes.
Mitch?
Yeah, I said yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Hitler had one testicle. Didn't Napoleon too?
I don't fucking know.
Is that why
I
they're
don't
angry
care
all the
about
time?
people with one testicles.
Well, now I know how I'll feel if I ever have one testicle.
Okay.
If I ever give my body to science, Mitch, I think a human testicle is worth like $43,000.
That's a lot of money.
So I think to myself, how bad I want that PS5.
Just because you got the money doesn't mean you got the luck to get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now I have the fight in me. Now I can be like, all right, now I can get a PS5.
Got the money now, and now I can get it.
I am a one ball short, but I'm about to get one PS5 higher. So if you guys want that, hit me up. Got a rusty saw blade in the garage.
Just give me a PS5, please. Thanks.
Yeah, take care of those nuts for you. You don't need it. You're not having kids. Give me your nuts.
Gimme.
It's the nut scrambler. Well, any other random ideas that are about to pop up into your head?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone who came along and listened to us this week on actually probably our longest episode so far. Eventually, we will have to hit the hour-and-a-half mark. I ain't paying those bills for no reason, Mitch. We could use up all of our time.
Use all that money.
Use all that money. And thanks to you guys, the podcasters, I finished carving out the entire mountain on this recording. So thank you to you guys. I appreciate it. You guys all stay safe. We will see you next week, and a Japan Crate video will be coming out very shortly. So you guys have a great rest of your night, morning, evening. I will see you next week, people.
IT y'all.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Later.